What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Back again with another video. This time, I'm going to talk about the top four race. You know, it's getting tense, it's getting edgy. And because of that, I'm here with a couple of guys, you know, to kind of talk through it with them. So yeah, how you doing, guys? Tomwa, how you doing? Jason?
Very well, thank you, sir. What's going on, brothers? What's going on?
I said very well, thank you, sir. Oh my days. But yeah, so I don't know. Let people know. You know, as you can see, Tom was obviously wearing a United top, so he's a fellow United fan. Jason, obviously, you've seen on the channel before, also a United fan, and I think all three of us. I mean, I don't want to talk for you guys, but all three of us are getting a bit nervous. You know, last three games of the season coming up now for us. We've got you know, a really, really tight run in. We're 1 point ahead of Liverpool. Looking at that top four race is getting a bit tense. So, and actually, in terms of contenders, I think, okay, Newcastle in third, obviously us in fourth, then Liverpool with 1 point behind. But I actually think Brighton might also be in a shout as well, depending on how we look at their fixtures in a minute. But I wanted to kind of get your views, obviously. How are you guys feeling about this? Because I'm a bit nervous. Jason, do you want to kick off?
Yeah, squeaky bum time for real.
For real.
Squeaky bum time. Your boys nervous, but I do believe we're gonna get it over the line. I believe we have enough in the tank, you know, to get this over the line. Obviously, we've got two games at home, right? Two games at home. We've got Bournemouth away, and obviously we've been phenomenal at home. And as a result, I think we'll be able to just pip it to the post. You understand? We'll get it just over the line because of our home form. So
Yeah.
you know, I think we'll get it done. I feel it's gonna be techie, especially you know we got Chelsea as well. Chelsea's not gonna be an easy game
Yeah.
either. I'm not underestimating anyone. There's no easy game, but regardless, I do feel because of our home domination, we're gonna just do it.
I get the feeling that Tom, well, you don't agree, you don't agree, or you're not really worried about Chelsea. It seems.
Oh, Chelsea, they can't score goals, man. Like I can't take them seriously this season. Um, However, Jason's right. They're a big team. They got a lot of talent. You got to respect it. I 100% agree with Jason. And I've been saying this all, you know, this is kind of like last few months. We've been having back-to-back games, and I've been saying our guys are tired. It's been a consistent theme.
Bro.
First half, we're solid. Second half, we
die out. We struggle.
We just die. We struggle. But what was really comforting to see against Wolves was that was the first time I think in a long time we've actually put together a 90 minutes performance where the whole game we pretty much dominated.
Yeah.
You know, obviously we're still problems with finishing, still not scoring as many goals as we probably should. I think we had 27 shots that game.
Yeah.
We scored 2 goals.
Nuts.
It's not really good enough, but I want to believe we've got enough. I'm honestly I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried. I really would feel a little better if Liverpool dropped some points.
Yes.
Leicester didn't help us out last night, which is
they were dreadful, man. Like I don't know if you might watch that game, but they were dreadful. I was hoping that they would, you know, have a bit of fight. You know, like at the end of the day, they're trying to survive, right? But they were shocking.
Terrible. So yeah, me personally, I'm quietly confident. Just because, like Jason said, home games. Because home games, the crowd are helping you. They're giving you that energy. They're, you know, pushing you on, so you pass your limits. A lot of our guys are tired.
Yeah.
We're getting injuries here and there now, which is naturally going to happen due to fatigue. So yeah, we just got to push it over the line. And I mean, who's our last 3 games?
Well, that's a good question, because let me give some context, right? So first of all, before I even give the last 3 games, in terms of the table, I mentioned it already, but Newcastle third, us fourth, Liverpool fifth, and Brighton sixth, right? Us and Newcastle played 35 games, and we're both on 66 points. Liverpool played 1 extra game, obviously the Leicester game yesterday, and they're on 65. So they're 1 point behind us. Obviously, like you said, we just need to I think we only need to win 2 more games to guarantee that we're top 4. Brighton is a bit less likely, but they already played 34 games, and they're on 58 points. So then in terms of you know, your question, like what fixtures do we have? Let's say for us, for example, we've got Bournemouth, Chelsea, and Fulham in the next 3. Bournemouth, I think, is on Saturday. Then Chelsea, we've got midweek, and then Fulham, obviously, last day of the season. And we can get a maximum of 75 points.
Which of those fixtures are home?
Chelsea and Fulham, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So for me, I think you're right. Going, just to touch on what you said, right? I think Chelsea and Fulham at home, we should be beating them. Chelsea have been dreadful this season. Fulham, they have nothing to play for, so we should be beating these guys at home. Let's be honest. And our home form is good, but in Bournemouth, I think it'll get really techie and nerve wracking if we don't beat Bournemouth on Saturday, and then we're like, oh, like because if we don't beat Bournemouth on Saturday and Liverpool win, I think it's okay. Liverpool's next three get 2 games because they've only got 2 games. Is Aston Villa and Southampton. Now, if they beat Aston Villa after we haven't beaten exactly, if they beat Aston Villa after we haven't beaten Bournemouth, because I'm not really sure if our Chelsea game is before their game. It probably is actually, to be fair, because it's our game in hand. Then it could get pretty like okay.
That's extra squeaky bum time.
Exactly. We do not want to be adding extra pressure to ourselves. I think because everything's in our hands, we just have to take advantage of that.
I'm starting to hate that phrase.
No, we have to. We cannot afford to rely on Liverpool to drop points and to fumble. Like, I think that's just way too much pressure. And I think if the fact that we've got Bournemouth, right? We've got Bournemouth and Varane has come back, Garnacho's come back at just the right time. Like, we should be able to capitalize upon that. Obviously, I know our away from has been crap. Let's be frank. But I think Garnacho coming at the right time, and you know what, Garnacho's fearless. Obviously, the issue that we've had with our away form, right, has been mentality. Like, our mentality has just sucked, right? Really and truly. But I think someone like a Garnacho away from home and do bits because he don't care, right? He's direct, he's fearless, he's got attitude. We need people who've got attitude to play away from home. You understand? Yeah. So I think we can do it with the likes of Garnacho and obviously Varane coming back as well.
Yeah, no, actually talking about, because we kind of brushed over it, right? But the Wolves game, like let's quickly talk. What did you think of our performance? Because Tom, what you said there that obviously we kind of, it was the first game where we kind of put the game to bed, but really it wasn't until Garnacho came on, like we dominated the game, right? We did dominate the game, but it wasn't until Garnacho came on. And that was the last 10 minutes of the game where he scored that goal, and it was tense. So it's the same issue as always.
Yeah, no, that is true. Like, it was very very late goal. Our finish has been shocking. Let's be honest. Even that Garnacho goal, he squared it to Weg.
Oh my god! Have you seen the clips? The replay of that goal. Weghorst, after Garnacho scored, Weghorst was devastated. Oh. He was asking for the ball, and he was devastated.
Bro, you've proven that you can't finish, so it is what it is. God, that's how to do what you have to do.
That's it. That's it. Oh man.
Honestly, and even the amount of saves the keeper made as well, I was like, man, this guy just can't score. And they tried to come. The Garnacho goal came off the post, isn't it?
Yeah.
So basically unstoppable.
Yeah.
That's what we needed to get that game over the hump. But
we definitely dominated that game. But the finishing has been awful. You know what? Who pissed me off a lot in that game? Antony. Antony's such a frustrating player. Like, I know obviously his first season, etc. So obviously I'm allowing him, and he's getting in the right areas. He's getting in the right position to do stuff. But it's like he needs 10 shots to score 1 goal. Yeah. You understand? And I think as time goes on, obviously with more experience and more years under his belt, then hopefully he can really do the business for us. But yeah, just the 2 chances, the decision making, like the way he could have played in Sancho, could have played in Martial. I'm like,
he got his assist. He got his assist that game. He assisted Martial.
He should have had a hat trick of assists.
I don't know, man. I mean, I think I get it. Of course, 100%, I get it. But for me, Antony was excellent in that game. Yeah, it's just obviously the final thing.
Excellent. But I mean excellent. What do you mean by excellent, bro?
I think
excellent.
Okay,
poor decision making.
He made chances. He got in the game. He made chances, and he made things happen for us in that game. If he wasn't there, who's making those chances?
No, they were. Antony is what I like about Antony. He's a winning player. Yeah. Like, he contributes to winning. Yeah. Ten Hag said it. Like, when he's there, we're a better team. We haven't, as much as we would love to have a better option now, we don't have a better option at the moment. Yeah. Maybe Ahmad will come in and push him a little bit next season.
Yes.
Getting a bit ahead of ourselves. But honestly, my problem with Antony is I don't mind if you're a one-trick pony. Like, you cut in and you shoot with your left foot. but you have to score some of them. Like you can't have it on your left foot, like teed on your left foot. Like you're not far from the goal. Fair enough if you're like 20 yards, 25 yards, fair. We don't expect you to score every time, and when it goes in, it's beautiful. But come on, some of these chances they're too good to be passed about, man.
Yeah, no. To be fair, I mean, I agree that he's been wasteful, but for me, I think first season, I don't even know. The guy's like 22, 23 years old, man. Like let's let him cook, And I mean, let's not even talk about some of the other issues that we've had with Sancho, for example, or whatever. Like that game, even that game against Wolves, I think Sancho was great again. Right, I think he made a difference, but obviously people would be looking for the final. Oh, he didn't score, he didn't assist, whatever. And he had, like you said, I think their keeper Bentley or whatever. He made a good save from one of Sancho's shots. So another game, Sancho's got a goal. But in terms of our recent form, right? Let me kind of give you guys background context, right? So Newcastle, they've won I'm just looking at the last 5 games here. Newcastle won the last 3 of their last 5, lost 1, drawn 1. So in the last 2, they haven't won a game. They lost to Arsenal and they drew with Leeds, I think. And obviously we've won our last game, but before that we lost the last 2, right? Against whoever it was, can't remember now. Who did we lose to last? Brighton. Somebody else. Can't remember who it was.
The 1-0 game.
Yeah, both 1-0s, aren't they?
Yeah. Can't remember.
Yeah, but either way, we in our last time we won 2.
What's time?
Sorry?
West
Ham. Yes, West Ham.
Yeah.
So we won 2, lost 2, drawn 1. Obviously won our last game against Wolves. Liverpool now, they've won. They're just on a winning streak. They've won their last 5 games. And obviously we spoke about them beating Leicester easily. And I think they won their last 6 games if you go further back. And Brighton, obviously in decent form, beat Arsenal 3-0. One thing I would say though is Brighton and Newcastle are facing each other. Right, I actually think that's their next game. Yeah, the next game is Brighton against Newcastle. Now, if both of them drop points there, if it's a draw, then that's great for us, right?
Yeah.
And I think then Liverpool will be laughing because they'll be thinking, okay, cool, we can break into the top 4 here by getting probably Newcastle's spot. For me, anyway, in terms of who just to kind of round up this section, like who I think is gonna finish top 4, because of that Brighton Newcastle game, I actually think probably Newcastle are going to drop out, and I think Liverpool, who are on fire at the moment, they're not gonna drop out. And the reason I say that, right, if you look at once again the maximum points available, Newcastle have a maximum available of 75 points, but they've got Brighton, who I think that's going to be a draw. Leicester they'll beat, right, but then Chelsea, who knows? Maybe Chelsea can decide to be better than they have been. But yeah, I don't know. I think it'll probably be in terms of my prediction anyway. Us hopefully third, that'd be great. That'd be lovely. We can win all of our games. Because like I said, I think we'll beat Bournemouth. I actually really do think we'll beat Bournemouth. I think we should beat Chelsea and Fulham. I think we should beat them too. Really,
I think it's another win.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
another win.
Like obviously we've been confident as much as possible here, but why can't we beat these teams? And we need to have the momentum to go into that FA Cup final. So I don't know what you think.
Honestly, look at the table. Being honest with you, it's easy to say that Chelsea are a good team, but they don't have anything to play for. They don't have anything to play for. They're
pride, bro. Pride.
They don't have pride. Let's be honest. They don't have pride.
That's going to be a cup final for them as well, though. Like Chelsea versus us, like to play us with the chance of taking us out of the Champions League. They're going to be up for that game. There's still players who could do something like in the moment, So I wouldn't underestimate, but I believe we'll still beat them.
And like you said earlier, it's at home. We're facing Chelsea at home.
Yeah.
Home record is amazing. And we've only lost 1 game at home at the start of the season. We should be beating them.
And it's Lampard, guys. Lampard. We have Eric Ten Hag. Like,
come on, it's true. Bold is best.
Like, even Ollie was slapping around Lampard 4-0. Come on now.
No, to be honest, big facts. But no, give me your prediction then. All right, put your neck on the line. What is top 4 or top 6 or whatever? Jason, you go first.
Yeah, I think I agree with what you said. I think with Liverpool coming 4th because their form has been, it's been incredible and they're unstoppable right now. And I think we'll finish 3rd. So that's what I would go for in terms of top 4. And then I will go with Newcastle to finish 5th and Brighton to finish 6th.
Okay. Actually, before you give yours, Tom, really, actually, what we're saying then is that Newcastle's going to lose one of their games and draw one of their games. Because they're on 66 points, yeah. So if Liverpool can only get 71 maximum, so Newcastle then can only really win one more game and maybe draw one more game.
Who have Newcastle got left?
Brighton.
So they've got Brighton.
Yeah. Leicester, who they'll probably beat. Yeah, and then Chelsea.
Yeah,
Chelsea. That Leicester game might not be straightforward. Maybe Leicester will try a bit harder against them. Who knows?
Because I think we can agree that Liverpool are going to beat Aston Villa and Southampton.
Exactly.
Oh no, the Southampton game obviously that's a wash. And Aston Villa, they're doing all right, but they're not really playing for anything right now, right? They've kind of let go of the rope a bit recently. But honestly, I kind of feel like it's going to stay in the same order it is now.
Okay.
Newcastle, they're a tough team, and yes, Liverpool will almost definitely win their last 2 games.
Yeah.
But like you said, they have to. Us or Newcastle have to lose a game and then drop points again. Would they beat Brighton? I don't know. But they should win their next 2 games. Yeah. Like I said, those teams, they don't have anything to play for. And they have a lot to play for. They've had a lot of investment this year, but Liverpool are scary. I'm not gonna lie. Since they've moved Trent into midfield, like it was something that was kind of like it was always obvious that it should have been done. Yeah. And now that Klopp's done it, it's like this is intense.
I think next season that's what they're banking on next season as well. You know, Trent is a midfielder now. They've got this obviously Jones and all this. Anyway, I don't care. I don't really care about Liverpool, man. Let's just like I said, it's like I don't like the phrase. It's in our hands, but it is in our hands. Let's just do our job. Let's do our job and get the job done. Right.
Get it done.
One thing before we close off here. One thing I did want to talk about, because everyone's talking about it at the moment, is the who's gonna have a better season? Because obviously Arsenal fumbled and bottled their league, right? 3-0, dreadful, whatever. Good for them. But if we obviously we've won Carabao Cup, right? And if we can secure this top 4, and obviously it's not done yet, but if we can secure this top 4 and then hopefully beat City in that FA Cup final, because that's another discussion, because we need to stop them from winning the treble. If we can win Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and top 4, who's had a better season?
Of course, Man United. Of course, for me, there's no debate.
There's no debate. Trophies.
There's no debate. What trophy do you get for finishing second?
That's it. Nothing.
What trophy do you get for finishing second? Nah, get out of here. Get out of here. That's rubbish. Absolute nonsense. It's one of the biggest bottles in history.
No, I agree.
Useless. If I'm an Arsenal fan, if I'm an Arsenal player, I'm fuming. I'm livid. What you think they're going to get an easier chance over the next few years to win the title again?
No chance.
With everyone strengthening. Newcastle, Brighton, huh? You think Chelsea going to be this bad next season? Liverpool going to be up there? Nah, they fumbled the bag, and if I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm pissed.
Hold on, okay then. But what if we don't win the FA Cup and we've just got Carabao Cup and 4th place?
Better season. Better season. We've had a better season, 100%. The trophy, bruv. Like, what are we playing for? Go my waking up out of bed, leave my family, go to work, train hard to do what? Finish second? You're the first place loser. Get out of here, man.
To be fair, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of agree with that. But Tom,
look, my uncle, he was actually a Newcastle fan.
Okay,
but he told me this many years ago when Man United was still dominating. Right, he said to me, the cup that he put on the table, when that falls, it's more, damaging than the cup that's on the floor. Right?
You're sounding like a Nigerian proverb, bro.
But the point is, like, Arsenal fans can try as much as they like to say, "Oh, we didn't expect to be this high when we were coming to the season. Right. We would have taken second place." I beg, stop that. Yeah, you would because you had at the top of the league for the vast majority of the season, 90% or whatever it is. Like, hey, that, like, this is the big mess up. It's a big mess up.
Boy, mess up.
And honestly, the thing that I think is even like, we actually forget this is actually what they used to do. Let's not forget this. Back in the day, back in the day,
it's the history of the Arsenal, bro.
Bro, United could be like 15 points off them, and then Ferguson would just be like, "All right, lads, it's time to go. It's time to go, and we'll just no one will even take them seriously as title contenders until then. So honestly, I think if it was a thing where Arsenal came back late and they pushed towards the end and they came second, then okay, you could argue that they've had a much better season. But no, our season's better than theirs. If we win the FA Cup, hey,
come on, 2 trophies.
Hey,
Woo.
hey,
wow,
that's tense. That's going to be a tense one. I'm hoping we can do it, but it's going to be tense.
Yeah.
Facts, and it's also to be honest, for me, it's also the mentality that these guys, they can say as much as they like, oh, we finished second, and we want to concentrate on Premier League, but you didn't win the Premier League. You guys crashed out of other tournaments. If we crash out of other tournaments, we'll probably be up there with them. You know what I mean? So that's your problem. I'm sorry. You guys put all your eggs in one basket, and it fumbled and it's cracked.
I'm gonna have to agree. I'm gonna have to agree. Anyway, on that bombshell, bro. Let's leave it there. But like I said, my thing is let's get this top 4 secured and let's have a bit of momentum for that FA Cup final, which hopefully we'll be able to watch and enjoy and celebrate afterwards. Anyway, boys, thanks very much for joining. Thanks everyone for watching us discuss the top 4 squeaky bomb time. Like the video as always, subscribe to the channel, and we'll be coming back with a few more videos. Tomwa, I'm sure you can find him on socials. Jason, you can find him on socials. Thank you very much for watching, and see you on the next one. Peace out.